Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just wanted to say before we get started today, thank you so much. Our part 1 was so wonderful. We got such amazing feedback from you guys, so many encouraging comments, and so I just wanted to say a huge thank you, and I really hope you guys enjoy this second portion. Somebody just needs some love. Do you need some love today? He's probably just smelling my coffee breath. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that we're all feeling better. And you guys, I've been kind of a not so great mom. Our kids have been watching like Bluey on repeat. Everybody's been sick for months, but thank you for all of your prayers. People are feeling good now. And so I need to get these kids away from the TV. And I actually ordered something to give them something constructive to do. So let me show you what I got for them. I don't know if your kids are into this kind of stuff, but my girls love this like diamond art. This is called DIY Diamond Art Kit by Diamond Art Club. It's like paint by numbers basically, but with rhinestones. It's really cool. Okay people, so with each diamond art kit, they include everything that you need for the craft. So all the tools, the colorful diamond rhinestones, a premium color-coded canvas, and other goodies like organizational stickers. All of their kits also come with a lifetime warranty and a free insurance in case of spills or lost diamonds. But I'm gonna peel back this protective film, and this is all sticky under here. So you can see that everything has a color and a number or a shape. So I'm gonna come in here and see that one is 102, and here's the bag 102. So I'll cut these open, I'll put these in this tray, and then I will dip the applicator into this wax, and then I'll pick them up and I'll place them directly onto this painting. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the cover back on this because I want Rosie to be able to do it. But I wanted to show you that Diamond Art Club sent me a pre-made, completed canvas with all of the cute little diamonds on it. I think that the girls are just gonna love this. It's so cute. They've got all kinds of stuff. They've got little pets, they've got landscapes, they've got fantasy, they've got all kinds of stuff. Just click my link below in the description and use my code Kristen20 to receive 20% off of one of these beautiful Diamond Art Club canvas paintings. All right, are y'all ready for part 2 of this relationship talk between Josh and I? We're gonna get into some of the heavier stuff again, so buckle up and let's get started. All right, everybody, well, we are picking up from where we left off last week. We've had a ton of questions for those of you guys who were not here last week. I asked for people to submit some marriage and relationship questions on my Instagram, which is at Kristen K. Hoff, for those of you who don't know. But you guys did not disappoint. Y'all submitted so many questions, and so we're gonna continue with that conversation and kind of pick up where we left off.
Do you want more kids? What?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I think we're gonna try for one more. Probably here soon, so we'll see how that goes. I'm so thankful that I was a virgin when I got married, because every time we even think about having a baby, I get pregnant. So hopefully it'll happen as quickly as it did in the past. That's a huge blessing on our lives, our ability to be able to safely have children. And so I'm hoping to have one more, and if we have 2 more, then whoops. No, no, I would be excited.
So somebody asked, okay, so how can you keep from strangling your spouse? Man, that's hard. You know, I mean, frustration and conflict comes up with everybody. That's part of living with somebody. Even if you're not romantically involved, like even a roommate, you're like, please help me not to kill this person. But
I think space is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes just walk into the other room.
Well, and honestly, like something that's important for us is that we each have something that we do without the other person. And we try to be really intentional about that. I'm really blessed in that I get to do that more often than Kristen does. But as often as I can, I try to set her up to be able to go and do something without me, without the kids, like just on her own, alone time. Like I said, I definitely get to do that more often than she does, just naturally because I go to work outside of the house. I feel like that's a big deal for us. It shows that the other person cares. It allows them to have free time to decompress, to do whatever they want, you know, and for as long as they want.
What do you think is the secret for a long love story? we'll let you know when we've had a long love story.
10 years
But
is a long time.
I feel like 10 years is pretty good. I feel like the primary thing that we have to remember is that we're on the same team.
Right.
You know, like sometimes when him and I are in a disagreement, it's easy to feel like we're on two opposite sides, but then literally we will have to say out loud, I'm on your team.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing this together. Let's not get caught up on this little stuff and realize that we may never come to an agreement on this, but we love each other and we're gonna keep moving on. we started using that verbiage of being on the same team while we were dating. Now, granted, there were times where I wasn't on the same team, but Kristen was always on my team. She always wanted the best for me and to move forward. All right, so this question is, how do you balance having 3 kids and making intentional time for each other? That's hard. We're not excellent at this.
Yeah, we're not.
I will say we have a lot of like fun and laughter in our marriage, and I think that kind of makes up for it. I don't have like this longing need for like romantic dinners and stuff like that. I think that we just have to make the most of like those like small moments that we get together in passing in the house and stuff. But actually having full on like date nights and stuff, that's probably something we could do better. It's just not super easy with our income level and with our babysitting options.
Yeah, and those things change with the seasons too. Like there are seasons in our life where we have way more time together, where my workload is less and the kids have time with cousins or whatever it might be. But like what Kristen said, we try to be really intentional about doing something that we both enjoy. Like after the kids go to bed, not what you're thinking, not always what you're thinking at least. After the kids go to bed, we'll talk and have really good conversation. We talk about what's going on in our lives, what's going on in our hearts, whatever that might be. But then we both really like the same things. We'll laugh and talk about whatever trashy TV show we're watching. By trashy, I mean like reality TV show. Not anything scandalous, don't worry. Yeah, those little things are huge. And then whenever we get the opportunity, we really try to do it up on our dates. And by that, I just mean it's intentional. We really try to let it be something that feeds the both of us.
Yeah, that was like another one. How do y'all show intentionality with each other before and after marriage?
Time is a big deal.
Yeah, Josh loves to talk. And so sometimes it's just me talking on the phone with him and listening while he talks through all of his things all the time.
Oh man, y'all, I call Kristen probably 3 or 4 times a day, and it's usually with some small portion of intentionality where like I'll have a question to ask her. But man, y'all, I love this woman. I want to talk to her more than anybody else.
When we first started dating, he would call me, and I hate talking on the phone. Like, to me, it just seems like, not a waste of time, but I'm just like, I've got other things I need to do. And so when we were dating, he would, not even when we were dating, when he was trying to date me, sorry y'all, the kids are upstairs making a racket, but he would like call me and I would be like, can I help you? Like, what do you need?
Kristen's phone, what do you need?
Exactly. So I had to learn to just listen and let him talk. How does Josh feel about being the girl dad?
Oh man. I actually was really nervous about it at first. Whenever we first found out we were having Rosie, I was like, man, I know how to talk about Ninja Turtles and skateboarding and wrestling. Like, I know all those things, but I don't know anything about girls, is how I felt. But the reality is that they are so much fun. I love those girls.
And you do all the boy things with them
and
too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rosie, our oldest, is really into archery. She got a BB gun this last year. She only shot it a few times because it got cold.
But they love watching like Spider-Man with you. They watch all the Marvel movies with him, stuff that I'm not interested in at all.
Yeah, only the ones that are appropriate for their age.
Josh likes all the nerdy, dorky things.
They like it, yeah. So that's been really, really fun. The other thing that I love about them is that they really love music too. So they're like constantly singing and things like that, which is really close to my heart. So yeah, it's tons of fun. I love it.
Advice for getting through a betrayal in marriage.
Oh, that's a question for you.
Yeah. I think that one of the biggest things that we had to learn about the betrayal aspect of it, because when Josh was going through a lot of this stuff, I don't think we've mentioned this yet, but he hid it all from me. So I didn't know a lot of the aspects of his addiction. I just saw the repercussions of it. I just saw that he was super distant, never home. and I felt like I was always alone with the girls, you know, and he was always out having fun with people I didn't know. Something that he didn't quite understand at first was that he thought that it was just one betrayal, but to me it was like a betrayal every day for years. And it wasn't just one aspect of your life that was being hidden, it was multiple aspects of his life that were being hidden.
Yeah.
And so it was just, to me, it felt like betrayal upon betrayal upon betrayal. I felt like in the beginning, it was like every 3 or 4 days, I was finding out something new that he had been hiding or was doing. And so to him, he's like, oh yeah, I betrayed you. Like, just get over it, you know? And to me, I was like, it's not just like one, it's like all of these different aspects, and all of those different aspects every day of every year that this has been going on. I would say it was probably just 1 year that it was really bad, but it was like a slow progression. It's not like he just fell off the wagon, you know, it was like just teeny tiny things like that led him to this place. Another thing is that I had to learn to treat him as the person that God called him and not the person that he was coming up out of. So I had to really learn to try to view him as like a child of God and not as this like person who betrayed me, and really respect him and honor him as that person. And what he had to learn was that even though he is like this new person, that I still am allowed to feel hurt by who he was, you know, so that there was times that he might say something that triggered those feelings in me, and he's like, well, I'm not that person anymore, you know, and I have to say, well, but we have this history of this, and when you used to say this, it really meant this. It's hard for me to heal from those things. Even though I'm trying to believe that he's this new person, I still have those traumatizing emotions that are related to this.
Yeah, it took a long time for me to understand that, yes, even though my heart and even like my mind was different, I mean, there was a healing process. So like what she's saying, early on, I was like, come on, like, I'm different, I'm doing all these things, and I was changing a lot.
Because the whole time that you were betraying me, I trusted you completely.
Yeah.
And so coming from that place of trusting him completely when I found out that I shouldn't have been, it's hard to just switch your brain, then all of a sudden be like, no, I can trust him now completely.
Yeah. So there was a long time where like the accountability in it, I had to be okay with her asking questions that in my mind was like, this is silly. Why are you asking me this? It's been a year. Why are you asking me this question? And instead of being defensive and saying, oh, I'm a different person now, blah, 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 just being understanding in the fact that, man, I really messed up and I really hurt the person that I care about the most. And she has every right to ask me those things. So even still, if she were to ask me, this is years ago, even if she asked me a question about like my intention in something or what I was doing now, I would still have a place in my heart where I would say, I'm going to answer you. You deserve for me to be gracious and kind to you in asking why I'm doing something or why I would say something because of what I've done. But early on, that was hard for me to get a hold of.
Okay, so this one says, who does the bill paying and are you on a budget? So y'all know that we've done Dave Ramsey Financial Peace. I would say that I am the nerd and Josh is the free spirit in our relationship, but I don't love keeping the books. But it's funny because I would say in the beginning of our marriage, I was definitely the more responsible one. I had been living on my own for a while, so I kind of took over those responsibilities. But I would say Josh is truly more responsible than I am. I'm more frugal than you are, and you're kind of fancy, but you're more responsible, and I'm just like a child.
Okay. You are not. No, Kristen's great with stuff. If she set her mind to it, she'll do it, and she'll do a really, really good job at it. Whereas I am definitely more of a free spirit. But as far as keeping things on track and making sure that things get done when they're supposed to be done, naturally, I fall more into that category than Kristen does. But stuff falling through our roof.
How do you deal with stubbornness on both ends?
Ooh, I actually don't feel like either of us are super stubborn. Every once in a while, we'll have a moment of stubbornness.
This dog farts 24/7. Y'all don't have any
Wow.
idea how many farts I've edited out of videos.
I feel like every once in a while we'll have a moment of being stubborn, and we're kind of at a place where I feel like we can just say, hey, you're being really stubborn right now. You're not hearing what I'm saying or whatever it might be. Why are you sticking to this so hard?
I think too, I don't know. I have like a vision and I want that vision to be fulfilled, you know, but Josh has a completely different vision. And so sometimes I really just have to, like, okay, so Buddy's name, for example, I did not want his name to be Buddy. I still don't want his name to be Buddy. But his name was Buddy when we got him. Josh liked the name. The girls liked the name.
Get out of here.
Anyway, and so it was just one of those things that I was like, why fight this battle? Things that really don't matter. I just let it go.
I was trying to be nice. Kristen is very stubborn. Especially whenever she has an idea in her mind of what she wants to be done.
I love aesthetic.
Well, it's not just aesthetic, it's golly, this dang dog. All right, so Kristen really has a vision in her mind and will not want that to change no matter the advice that she's been given. No, there's things where, for me, I've decided to just, I don't want to say not care, because that's not true. I do care. This is what she does. This is what really matters to her. And at the end of the day, I love our house and things like that. I'll give advice where it's asked, but then I'll also tell her, if you don't want my advice, don't ask for my advice. I love you. I have other things I can be doing.
Okay. All right, next. What's your favorite way to spend a day, date, or night?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh. I think we both really like food, like good food.
Love food.
We're kind of foodies. And so going to a decently nice restaurant, I always say this, but it's true for both of us. I was gonna say, I love movies, but Kristen also loves movies. We just like different movies.
I would rather spend my time outdoors. That's the difference between us. Josh is an indoor cat and I am an outdoor cat. So I would like to go to a river or go to the lake and just literally hang out, you know, or take a walk or something like that. For me, I'd rather go like float the river or go camping for like a special date or something.
I would love that.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like being on water. I don't like being, why I'm an indoor cat, for all you interested in what that means.
He doesn't want to sleep on the ground.
I don't want to sleep on the ground. I want to be comfortable, but I do like, if we're going to be outside, I want it to be beautiful. Like I want to go hiking in the mountains, not next to some mosquito-filled ravine where it's humid and I'm getting bit up for no reason.
I don't think we've ever done that.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yeah, I don't like doing that kind of stuff. But if I could be on the water, I would be on the water every single day. Hopefully we retire to a lake house.
Except for that, I'm terrified of drowning. What is something you wish you knew in your first year of marriage? Oh, look who wrote that.
Oh, man. That's a good question. That's a good friend of ours who just got married. If I would have known early on that it's not what you say, but how you say it, and really understood and grasped that, we had a great first year of marriage.
It was a great first year.
But I think that would have been something that would have been really helpful for both of us.
I think that our first year was so good because we had not only realistic expectations, but we were just very understanding of each other. Like that year, we paid for 95% of our wedding. Our wedding was done very cheaply. I think that our wedding and our honeymoon totaled to like $7,000, but it was like, it literally drained us of everything that we had. And so our first year of marriage, it's actually an amazing testimony because we would look in our bank account, and multiple times when I looked in our bank account, we had less than $1, but more than $0.
Yeah, we never went over.
Right. And so, I mean, we lived in a little apartment, and for Christmas, we just thrifted gifts for each other. I think I spent a total of like maybe $15 on you at Christmas, and I bought him a bunch of like albums, you know, like just stuff for our record player.
It was intentional.
Yeah, like we bought things that we knew the other person would like. But like when I say that my love for thrifting was born out of necessity, it truly was born out of necessity. We could not afford anything that was not at the thrift store. I didn't expect to be like just fully taken care of and you like lavish me with all of the amenities of life, you know? Like we just knew that we were gonna be really poor the first year. That's okay. We had a lot of fun together. I'll have this be the last question, but it's, what made you fall in love with him?
Oh, man.
Dave, this is an easy question. Okay, so my favorite thing about Josh is that he is so joyful, and anybody who spends any amount of time with him will tell you that his dad always jokes that everybody is Josh's best friend. Everybody truly believes that they are your best friend because he's just so much fun. And I think that honestly, even through the really difficult seasons of our marriage, we still laughed together. Like, you know, we still had our little kids. We were just joking around during the daytime. We had really hard conversations at night, full of lots of tears. I loved that even in our most difficult times, we can have joy together. He was always my best friend, you know, and I just never want to lose you, babe. Honestly.
In my hat.
Anyway, so that's an easy question for me to answer. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. But thank you so much for all of your questions that you submitted. Maybe we'll have to do this again. If you guys would like to follow along with Josh and I, you can follow on my Instagram. I post a lot more like family stuff over there. And my handle is @KristenKHoff. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks.